that don't make it any less important. Time to put on my game face and do what I do. Win games.
Got basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors in Oakland, California. Live on 2K Sports. Peter Cottontail has nothing on the jump you'll see here in the NBA. Welcome to our Easter edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our... The Warriors trailing.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Philadelphia shooting 31% here early on. Not getting the shots they'd like. Here's the screen. Here's Roten. Pass to Okafor. On the money from 12 feet away. Okafor's got 6 points.
And that trip played out perfectly for them.
Warriors have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. He's been chewing over the best plan of attack against this defense with all that shot blocking inside. He said the big thing is we can't play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. Kevin, we'll see if they can turn the tables this time around and even the season series. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris, and quite a focus for the game here early on, and an important one too, guys.
Yeah, I mean, up against this team, finding ways to crack their defensive shell is always going to be the #1 challenge.
And I would say it would be the #2 and #3 challenges as well, guys.
And that one's good by Stevenson.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swing, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here we can see, Kevin, where the Warriors rank in the NBA right now. First in three-point field goal percentage, 4th in lowest turnovers per game. And they show up also in the top 5 in opponent shooting percentage. That's because they've really made a commitment at the defensive end.
And you look at their incredible three-point percentage. I mean, it's not just about their accuracy, but their execution using screens and creating those open looks. That's been key.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Warriors. Livingston comes in for Steph Curry. Let's check out the NBA's best three-point threats. Freak is second. 4th, Klay Thompson.
Well, I tell you what, both of these guys would be an excellent choice. Either one of these guys would be an excellent choice for a last-second game-winning shot. Both are confident shooters.
There's the dish to Barbosa. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Barbosa's got his first basket of the night.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And Stevenson kicks to Noel. And it's Spates with the rebound. Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
Here's Barbosa. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. And the Warriors lead by 1. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. Up to scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You can see him getting better almost every game.
Livingston dishes to Barbosa. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And by the end of the season last year, Noel was completely different as a player. Always a defensive force in the league. His development is probably going faster than many expected.
The Warriors have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
At the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Barbosa drops them both. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Stevenson outside. Stolen away. Barbosa passes to Livingston. Inside. Kicks it out to Barbosa. They get the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Roten dishes to Stevenson. A three-pointer off the mark. Golden State's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Livingston kicks to Spates. Now the pass to Barnes. For the three. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. The Warriors on top, leading by just 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. You told us about his...
Anywhere 5-6 feet.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. Harrison Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Curry. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Nerlens Noel checks in for Landry. Grant comes in for Robert Covington. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Hollis Thompson. And Freak subbed in for Marshall. Stevenson left side. Here's Noel. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Noel's got his first basket.
see the numbers for Jahlil Okafor. He's one of the standouts. He's averaging 14 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
And guys, they're finally getting the consistency they wanted to see from him. Look for that to continue.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Trailblazers delivered quite the performance. He finished with 22 points and was effective from long range as he got that scoring line by dropping in a good amount of threes. This game is just the latest performance in what has been a hot streak for him. Will he bring the fire tonight, guys?
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hits file. No doubt about it.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
Up top, Stevenson. He's coming off a 22-point game against Portland.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Barnes passes to Livingston. 6 to shoot. Bogut with a screen on Embiid. Thompson inside the line. They get it back, and he gets it to go. Bogut's got the lead up to 6 now for the Warriors.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
Stevenson drives in. And with this quick break, we can show you the list of the most explosive shooting guards in the NBA so far. Klay Thompson, number 1.
Possibly the single most dangerous player in the league right now. I mean, a machine at the offensive end, just so hard for any defense to deal with.
Yeah, and what I like about him most is that he's just a scorer. He's going to give you buckets from any place, inside, outside, deep, driving to the lane. I mean, he puts it in the basket.
Here is Livingston. He's guarded by Stevenson. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Screen by Bogut. Thompson is double. He feeds it to Bogut. He shoots again. Good D by Stevenson. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against Dallas.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they got that second chance by virtue of forcing the overtime, and then things really swung in their favor after that.
There's 57 seconds left in the first half. Baseline jumper. Stevenson missing again.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly, that's the right look. The decision was good, he just didn't execute.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. 41 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Stevenson dishes to Embiid. Grant kicks to Noel. Stevenson, a screen on Green. They set the screen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Roten. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Now here is Barbosa. He's covered by Roten. And the Warriors miss again.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Warriors lead by 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. What's working and what's not working for you guys out here tonight?
You know, they clogged the lane, and they play great hell defense. We got to keep driving and kicking, doing a great job sharing the ball, and we just play unselfish. We'll be great in the second half.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. I like the way we're valuing the basketball. Keeping those turnovers down has really helped us throughout the first two quarters. A big positive for us has been our shot blocking. Very strong defense around the bucket. Way to protect that rim. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be ideal. We've been treading water for...
And now the start of the second half. Neither side. Some changes here for the Warriors. Spates comes in for Andrew Bogut, and it's Barnes in for Andre Iguodala. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. Noel comes in for Carl Landry. Tony Roten, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And Freak subbed in for Kendall Marshall. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Spates in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Here's Stevenson. Another miss by Stevenson.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Curry passes to Barnes. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 6 assists in the game.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning. And guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar. Can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. The 76ers trail by 8. Stevenson outside. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Stevenson's got 5 points in the quarter. Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Good on the second free throw. Last season, Draymond Green taking over the starting power forward role in Golden State. Last season, David Lee was injured, remember, in preseason. Green was inserted, and he's been terrific ever since.
Absolutely superb. A former second-round pick, his emergence has fueled this team's rise to greatness.
And I really have always felt Draymond Green was one of those unique players. I mean, he kind of a tweener in terms of that small forward, power forward at only 6'7". But he's got toughness. The long arms enable him to defend bigger guys. And also the basketball IQ. You can never discount the importance of understanding what you're doing when you're on the floor.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Stevenson.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Livingston kicks to Barnes. Barbosa with it. He's got 8. They double him with Stevenson. Here's Livingston. Cans the shot with nobody near him. And the Warriors lead by 7.
And with Draymond Green, he can defend inside. He can cover on the perimeter. I mean, his versatility at both ends of the floor also a huge asset. And you can't have a higher basketball IQ than he does. It really helps him excel at all facets of the game.
Here's Stevenson. Warriors with the rebound.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Barnes dishes to Spates. Bogut the pass to Livingston. Screen by Bogut. Here's Spates. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Spates has got 6.
How about Bogut doing a good job setting that screen?
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Draymond Green. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. And then for Philadelphia, Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. Grant comes in for Robert Covington. And Freak subbed in for Marshall. So on the floor for Philadelphia. On the wings, Roten and Grant. Carl Landry is out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Stevenson in at the 1 spot. Curry kicks to Barbosa. And it's blocked by Stevenson. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Take ball.
20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. 5 on the clock. Here's Livingston. And Leandro Barbosa gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And Stevenson drops them both. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. So we see the Warriors get the win here.
Yes, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, send him in. Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice.
You're welcome.
So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
You want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in place that's going to address all your concerns and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
But like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really. What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. I'm sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No, no more compromises. I already warned Freak. I told you. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freak. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freak's reputation precedes him.
No, because of Freak's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot-arounds. But every time I'm on that court, I've always given my best. And I see how it is, though. I mean, us players got to be loyal to you, but you don't have to be loyal to us players. Try to give me some father and son talk, talking about how you love your players and how you look up for them. Come on, man. You trying to cut me off like you cut off Izzy. Don't you have people loyal to you no matter what? People you can't cut off? Well, that's me and Vic. Vic and me. Y'all insist, really. They could tell me stop hanging with Vic. What makes you think they won't tell me stop talking to you? You remember in 7th grade, some guys were trying to jump me over some girl. Vic wasn't wanting to get some friends just to walk me home. And when they came, we went at it, but I wasn't alone. When I got my scholarship, it was Vic who put the word on the streets that nobody should mess with me because I had a future. Vic was protecting me. And sir, I know Vic is crazy. But before all the hype and the lights, media, fans, it was just me and Vic. He's always been there. I mean, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what to say.
It hurts me to say this, but I see his point. What you don't understand is that the league doesn't have your back anymore. Not like they used to. They try, but it's too much. Social media has changed everything. And this last incident with Vic, that was the final straw.
It was a joke.
That wasn't funny. You know it wasn't a joke. Vic was defending you, stepping in to protect your honor by attacking another teammate like that? Talking about his manhood, his wife, his kids, his family, so you can be the big dog on the court? It's uncalled for.
And they all know your relationship with Vic, so they think it's coming from you.
But that's the media blowing everything out of proportion as usual.
It's not just the media. He's attacking other players, other teams. He's out of control. Vic just doesn't know how to behave.
We got guys on our squad who don't want to be here because of that beef. There is no place for that kind of inappropriate behavior in this league. If you can't trust your teammates, who can you trust?
What Vic is doing isn't right. He's bringing you down, and people can see it. I see how all the other players are looking at you. Oh, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
What, don't talk to him? Don't hang with him?
You do what you got to do. That's your call. But let me tell you this. You asked me if I had friends that I couldn't cut off? Yeah, I did for a while. Friends, business partners, girlfriends, wives, family that I thought I couldn't cut off. But I learned that sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. I mean, some of these people, they were just bad for me. They were bringing me down. They weren't making me better. They were good for the time that they were there, but I grew up, not in age and maturity, but in mind and spirit. I was ready for the next level in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on the receiving end of that. I've been cut off before myself, and yeah, it hurt at the time. But looking back, they were doing the right thing for me. Just don't tell my ex-wife that, Pagnotti.
So what's the next move?
The next move is freaks. It always has been. Question is he ready and willing to do what needs to be done?
This is messed up.
You take a moment to think about it, but think long, think wrong. The snafu should have been cleaned up a long time ago. With or without you, we got games to win.
Freak, you gotta handle your business.
Okay, we've all said our piece. You might cut me off as your manager, but I will always be your sister. Twin, this is on you. I might not like it, but I will respect any decision you make. Yvette, please.
Cece.
Yvette.
Where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you, and I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freak.
Team Freak.
All right, so if you're gonna be down with the team, I gotta show you the dap.
The dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot, swish.
Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3,
swish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.